Welcome to the channel of PACIFIC414. Show us this loyalty. Throw yourself onto the subscribe button and submit yourself to the live streams, gaming streams, and so much more. Pathetic earthlings, I command you.
Pop Talk is where it's at, baby.
This is Patrick Stewart, and I used to tell Phil McCracken that I hate him also.
Warning: due to adult language and humor, the following content may not be suitable for any viewers under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. The views and opinions expressed during the following live stream or video content are those of the individual and may not reflect those of others. Thank you. No matter the weather outside, Baron Orman Tagge, Cashmoney007, and PACIFIC414 are here to bring you the pop culture and entertainment, news, rumors, watch parties, discussions, reactions, reviews, opinion on PACIFIC414 Pop Talk Sunday edition.
Oh my.
Welcome, one and all.
He sounds so thrilled.
Okay,
I'm rescuing you.
save me if you want to watch the thing for the. Okay.
Go, Cash, go.
Oh, dang it.
Haha.
If he's barfing, get in. Right. That's right. We're gonna do this soon. I just feel it, man. I feel it.
Doubtful.
That's what I'm calling it. When we get to that part, he's puking, he's barfing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's definitely Satan's giant prolapse colon.
Of course.
Oh, and look who gets killed right away.
I'm gonna say
I can't see much, though. When I was playing, I was
watch out, watch out.
Good. Alright, same plan.
Oh, look at that wonderful plane. That's right, folks. What you're seeing here is expert playmanship on Broforce.
Alright.
Here we go.
Oh, shit.
This is how you play when you're broke.
Looks like he's healing a little bit too.
Yeah.
Just stay down there. Just let me do this.
And I was trying to get down,
no.
Cash.
Yeah, you didn't listen.
I said stay down there.
I was trying to get back down, Cash.
We're so close, man. All right.
Yeah, sure. Uh-huh.
No,
So you're just
I
going
am
to keep
not
on
going
showing
to
videos of you
difficulty.
getting killed. Huh?
Wow.
No.
No.
What
Not
else
when
is
we've
new?
gotten that close.
Yeah.
Not when we've gotten that close.
Sippy cup mode.
I like that sippy cup mode.
Get your sippy cup. Get your floaties.
And I'm dead.
Of course you are.
I'm gonna save you.
Yeah, instead of going for the easy one, he goes for the hard one.
At the time, it was closer, so.
Yeah. And look at that. It's Tank Girl. I thought there was a Broforce.
I know, right?
I thought it was a He-Man Woman Haters Club.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. I like that. Cash can be polite now and then. You know.
Sometimes, yes.
Whenever he wants to.
Yeah, look at that.
Can't be a jerk all the time. Is there a way you can get down there? Yes.
Oh, and there goes Cash.
It's
Cash
all
is
you,
here.
Mike.
Look at that. Can he
It's
do
all
it?
you.
Can he do it? Can he do it? Can he do it?
Yes.
He
Yes!
did it. Look at that. And
Yes!
as Tank Girl, nonetheless.
Who would have thought? You know, who would have thought? Oh, hell yeah!
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Shut up, Satan.
Yes. Woo!
Shut up, Satan.
Man, that was just
I just kept
awesome.
Wow. Wow.
Welcome, one and all, to PACIFIC414 Pop Talk, or as we're going to call it this afternoon, PACIFIC414 Bro Talk.
Yo.
Man.
Yo.
Crazy stuff.
Along with Baron Orman Tagge and
Yo.
Cashmoney007. I'm your host, PACIFIC414. Yeah.
I thought it was Bro-cific.
I said Pacific.
Oh, okay.
Listen, bro. But no, that was intense last night.
It really was.
Yeah.
As it should have been. It's on the hardest difficulty. It's not so. Oh man.
It's not your
No,
easy mode.
We were not playing
No.
on easy mode. There's no
That's
way.
For sure.
But I mean that was fun last night. Yeah, we did struggle with the game being on hard, but we did do it. Especially after Phil McCracken said we wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
That was inspiration right there enough. So.
That's right. Absolutely.
That was inspiration. That was motivation.
And of course, Phil would say that because he is the devil. He doesn't want to see the devil get smeared.
No. He doesn't. He doesn't want to see himself get hurt.
No.
Why would he want to see himself get hurt?
Yeah, that's what we're here for. Yeah.
Wait, what? What?
We hurt him all the time. We hurt his feelings. You know that. He just doesn't want. He just doesn't want to admit it.
But yeah, if you haven't played Brawl Force, I know it's been out for what 7 years now.
Yeah, that
if you
long.
haven't played Brawl Force, what are you waiting for? It's a fun game. It doesn't take itself seriously.
Yeah, it came out in like 2014, I think. It's crazy.
Okay, 8 years then.
You know.
Yeah, get it right, Mike.
I know. But of course, that's not the only Bro Force we have, because there is going to be more Bro Force coming up, and I'm going to share it right now.
Oh
My.
That's right, bro. And I don't think we'll get any copyright claims on the music, and if we do, I'll just edit it out. So here we go. Yeah, bro. Demolition, bro. See, bro. Mr. Bro.
Oh, of course.
Bro
Gummer. I like that.
Trophy.
Huh.
In one last battle, one final fight, Bro Force forever. Freedom never
Yeah, freedom.
today,
America.
tomorrow,
Yeah.
till the end
America.
Me.
fight till
Cash.
Phil.
Phil won't play this. That's cool, man. So
No, he does play it. He plays as Satan.
Oh yeah, he plays himself. That's right. We always have to
Yep.
remember that.
That extra DLC for the game is coming out in early summer, and Baron and I were talking backstage as far as when we think that release date should be, and it should be on the 4th of July.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I hate when they just say it's coming out in the summer and then there's no date. It's always great.
So, ladies and gentlemen, watching on both YouTube and hopefully Kick, I
Our
want to welcome
apologies.
you all to this edition of Pacific414 Pop Talk. Cash and I and Baron are pumped after playing Force last night. And we do have to give credit to Master Paul,
And the
who
dog is pumped.
did join us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. Yep.
But
That was a
we,
lot of fun. What was
Oh,
can we go back to that trailer for who was that? Was there was 3 women in there, I think, right? 3
Yeah.
bros?
Well,
it's
2
gonna
at
be
least.
Xena
I saw
and
Xena.
Buffy.
Yeah,
That was just Buffy and Xena. Is
Right.
that the
Yeah.
only 2? Okay.
Well, we can't have too many women because this is Broforce. I mean,
I know.
do we look like we? We're
Well,
men.
it's not like-
we're toxic,
it's not like-
toxic masculinity, man. Embrace it.
It's not like Xena and Buffy need help from men, that's for sure.
No.
No. But no, this is just a fun game where you can get a group of friends together,
Yep.
4 players, cross-platform
bros.
on both GOG and Steam. I don't know if it's cross-platform with consoles, but it's just a fun game to just waste time with.
Yep.
And waste bad guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'll be putting out a tweet later. So.
Oh, I'm shocked.
I know.
But first, before we begin, I do want to welcome over on the YouTube side, Anonymous.
Anonymous. Yeah.
You're not doing it right. You're absolutely not doing it right.
Anonymous. Anonymous. Anonymous.
Oh, we have to actually play the song? That's-
I think so.
Yeah, anytime Anonymous is in the chat, we have to play the song. Anytime he's on the panel, we play the song.
And Anonymous has been doing more art lately, which is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, it's more stick figures. Cool. I can't wait to see them.
And I also want to say hello to Low Spec Linux Laptop or Low Spec Linux Bro.
Bro top.
Yeah, that works too. And let's see, Anonymous to say perspiration.
Yes.
And he also says, I'm glad you guys had fun playing your
Hey,
romance. Oh, shush.
How is that search for those lesbians going in Hogwarts Legacy there, bro?
Yeah. How's everything
I
going
wanna
in
know.
Hogwarts?
Did you
Hey,
find
your
those
Butterbeer.
lesbians, dude? Did you find those couples? I know it's very important, dude. Gotta find
Yeah, and how do they react to him waving his wand at him?
Mm-hmm. Did you pull out your wand? No, unless I told you, dude. Come on.
And when you did so, did you get fined for indecent exposure?
Well, it's not that big of a wand, so of course not. It's just more like pointing and laughing. Saying, you're trying to do magic with that?
Were you put in front of the Wizard Council there, Anonymous? What happened, man?
Did you cast a
be
rod
some-
spell?
Did you try to bring back Cedric Diggory?
He used to be somebody, man.
Yeah, man.
And what would he do when he catches them? I mean,
Too many to find, huh, Anonymous?
It's like Pokemon, dude. You're gonna put them in like a Pokeball or something, but this time you're gonna use.
whoa.
Oh, boy. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have...
I got your Pokeballs right here, man. Sorry.
Oh, hey, man.
Okay.
Crazy.
So, we do have 4 articles that we're going to discuss and give our opinions on this morning. One of them being from comicbook.com about Batman Beyond movie starring Michael Keaton reportedly would have been up next if Flash was successful at the box office.
This is the part where we throw back our heads and laugh.
Are we gonna play some of that video of Kevin Smith talking, or make himself again? All right.
Well, you know, in this article, they do have his video.
They do.
But do we really want to play it?
Up to you.
I think anyone who's tuned in enough knows exactly what to expect from Kevin Smith,
Yep.
the
And
sobber. He cries more than Glenn Beck, I tell you what. I mean,
Yeah, but Glenn Beck has real tears. This guy is just.
I don't know. I question that too, but that's
I
me.
don't know.
Anybody who cries that much has to check their estrogen level.
Maybe. I don't think Glenn Beck cries that much. I'll have to check.
Well,
into
he used
that.
to. He used to.
There's probably a good reason for it.
Yeah, because it zipped up and didn't get something out of the way in time. Any man would cry of that. Are you ready for the show? Yeah, just a second. Oh, okay, I'm ready now.
No.
or when that happens, that's why they got to put this up.
Oh, sorry.
I
was getting into it. I was really getting into it.
And I do want to welcome the Padawannabe, Broforce. What about Red Dead 2? It's an incredible journey through old American history. Okay, don't worry. I won't start saying good morning, no. Good morning, Padawannabe. Good to see you. The Padawanna Bro.
I'm actually waiting for Red Dead to go on sale. So yeah, I got the Call of Juarez, the 3, because they were on sale. And then I got Outlaws.
You should get the Ultimate Edition. Outlaws. Okay.
Yeah, that was the old LucasArts cowboy game that they had. Voice work with John Delancey, Mark Hamill, and a bunch of others in that one. It was a fun game. I like playing it. And then they have it on Steam, so I got it on Steam at a good price.
Nice.
Nice. Very nice.
I look into that. Right.
Mm-hmm.
The other article. Go ahead,
sorry.
Baron. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I have to counter that. And no, his talent was the bits that ran down his mother's leg. But, okay, continue on.
Oops. Bump.
That's why we have the disclaimer, folks.
Yes.
I'm at fault.
Well, no. Sometimes it's me. Sometimes it's Cash.
Mm-hmm.
But our other article. Okay, most of the time it's you. Our other article that we have for this edition of the PACIFIC414 Pop Talk on a Sunday is Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Tom Cruise reveals getting moviegoers invested in the characters and story is primary to him and his team. Well, isn't that a breath of fresh air?
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, we have one that the three of us will probably lampoon. This comes from Superhero Hype. And it says, Secret Invasion Director, the first thing I was told is, don't read the comics.
Yeah. Don't look at that source material, man.
The hell
Make
is it?
something else. And then you see another article later on that says, oh, I think it was, it was GameSpot. They said, oh, this could help, fix the story issues with the MCU. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Can't wait to get to that part of the show.
Oh, we can start off with that. But our fourth article, real quick, is from Variety, and it says, Grease, Rise of the Pink Lady, Star Trek Prodigy, among 4 shows canceled at Paramount Plus. Will be pulled off streamer. That's not good when the shows are not only getting canceled, but the streamer's also saying, get rid of this.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, well, yeah, definitely more when we hit to that there. That's...
Yep. Because I did read the article a little bit ahead of time, and there is a paragraph in there where I'm going to say a few things.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah. And I think you're going to say a few things too, Baird.
Oh, I'm sure. I haven't read ahead of it. I like being surprised.
Get excited.
All right, so let's go ahead and start with the article from Superhero Hype.
Okay.
That says Secret Invasion director. The first thing I was told is don't read the comics. Why? Why? Why do you want to ignore the source material?
Dogs, they don't agree either.
This article was posted on the 22nd of this month. It says Secret Invasion director Ali Salim has revealed that he was told not to read the Marvel comics that the Disney Plus series is named after. Did Ali Salim read the Secret Invasion comics before directing the show? While speaking with Screen Rant, Salim was asked how he chose parts of the Secret Invasion comic event to adapt while directing the series. The director revealed that he was actually told not to read the comics, as it had nothing to do with what we're trying to do here. When I took on the job as director, I didn't write the script, Salim explained. So a lot of those decisions were made by Kyle Bradstreet and the other team of writers that we had. The first thing I was told is don't read the comics. It had nothing to do with what we do here. This story was really born out of the electricity created between Sam Jackson and Ben Mendelsohn, or Nick Fury and Talos in Captain Marvel. And they said, "Oh, we got to do something with that." So they found a story that would serve that relationship and would expand the MCU and other characters who are not in the comic books. I think it's a story unto itself. Secret Invasion hails from head writer Kyle Bradstreet and director Ali Solim. The series features the return of MCU vets Samuel L. Jackson, Ben Mendelsohn, Colby Smulders, Martin Freeman, and Don Cheadle as they reprise their respective roles as Nick Fury, Talos, Maria Hill, Everett Ross, Rhodey. Joining them are Amelia Clark, Olivia Colman, Kingsley Van Adir, Dharma Maroney, Killian Scott, and more. The first episode of the series is now available to stream on Disney Plus. Executive producers are Salim, Bradstreet, Kevin Feige, Jonathan Schwartz, Luis D'Esposito, Victoria Alonso, Brad Winderbaum, Brian Tucker, Jennifer L. Booth, Alania Williams, and Brant Engelstein. How many executive producers do you need for one show? Seriously.
That's the problem.
Seriously.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
In Secret Invasion, set in the present day Marvel Cinematic Universe, Fury learns of a clandestine invasion of Earth by a faction of shape-shifting Skrulls. Reads the logline. Fury joins his allies, including Everett Ross, Maria Hill, and the Skrull Talos, who has made a life for himself on Earth. Together, they race against time to thwart an intimate Skrull invasion and save humanity.
Oh, I'm happy about that. Humanity needs to be saved.
Yeah, we do. But as far as the director being told, don't read the comics because the comics have nothing to do with the story that they're trying to tell, what do you guys think about that?
Cash, I'll let you go first.
I just wish they would just stop coming out and saying this stuff because it just is ridiculous. But they won't because they're narcissists. That's the way I look at it. They need to let you know that we would do this, but you can be if you fans are excited about this. Not saying this could suck. I haven't watched this yet, but from what I've heard and what happens to Maria Hill, and even as one YouTuber describes it, this character has been around for like at least a decade, and what they do to her, I think in the first episode, is just like, why is that even happening? And this show, you guys should know. Yeah, exactly. Spoiler. It's not I just say what happens to her. I didn't say exactly, but that's fine.
I know. I'm just putting it up there.
We don't trust you, Cash.
Yeah. But what happens to Fury? He doesn't. I can just tell you guys from what I know already, what I've read. He doesn't have his eye patch. He also is called a bum because what happens is he's very still upset about what has happened with people like Black Widow dying. It's taken a toll. But as the YouTuber pointed out, that in Dark Fate, the woman had people die around her, but she's kicking ass still. But Fury, this is why people feel, are we doing this thing? We need to. He can't be masculine anymore because he's a man. So we have to make him feel like a bum, and he can't fight even though bad things has happened to him. And I can understand a character being broken. We've seen this in other shows. You've even seen this in old Star Trek, and you see this. Well, the way they did with Picard, I still think is ridiculous. But I don't know why they do this stuff. Like, should Fury change this way? I'm not sure. I really like Fury. I really like the way Samuel Jackson has always been Fury.
Same here.
And for now to know that in this series he's a bum because he's dealing with something, that's fine. But isn't there people that can help him on to get back to himself? Look at the things that Coulson went through in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He went through hell.
Mm-hmm.
So he found a way to become stronger again. So I don't know. When they say this stuff, oh, we didn't want to read the source material, not even a little of it, or not told, and they come out and say this, it's just bizarre to me. And I guess it's just a shot in the face to fans who have actually read the source material. Not that you have to, but once again, I would really like these directors, producers, whatever, to come out and say, look, we haven't really looked into the source material, but we're doing our best, and they actually mean it, to give the audience a fun experience, to give them a good story at least. But I guess that's asking too much. So lately,
Yeah.
And of course, I'll bring it up again. Anonymous says they didn't need to tell him he was old and broken every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's how it is anymore. We want to tell these established characters, oh, you're useless. You're not helping us out anymore. And real quick, I do want to say hello to Fat Steven.
Hey, Fats, how you
Raid.
doing, man? Yeah,
Hey,
Fat Raid. Fat Raid, bro, Fat Bro Raid. There we go.
And I also want to say hello to Tripping Orc.
what's up, Tripping?
What's he tripping on, man?
I don't know.
And we have Irate Specialist as well.
Yep.
Good to see you guys.
Don't
What's
blame him
up,
for being
Fez?
a raid.
So, I know, I'll admit to you guys, I have no interest in watching Secret Invasion. I'll listen to people talk about it in their reviews, but I have no interest in watching it for myself. And when I listen to those reviews, I'll listen to those who are pro the series and those who are against the series.
I mean, where's your blind sheeple loyalty and just not sitting down in front of the TV with your bag of popcorn and just eating away, going, yeah, it's good, man. Everything's good, man. Come on.
I'm not a droid. I'm not a member of the Borg Collective.
Oh, come on. You gotta be. It's cool, man. Join us. Phil's got cookies.
I don't know. And
Yeah, if Phil McCracken has cookies, I don't want it anywhere near them.
Keep those cookies away from you.
Phil's got cookies, man.
Yeah.
I better get a
But-
tetanus shot if I'm going to do that.
It's one of those
Yeah.
things. Do you want to watch this? Not watch this? I feel a lot of new shows, especially Marvel shows and even DC movies, that if you watch this stuff, cool. If you don't, it really doesn't matter. It's just, I think that's the point we're getting to usually with a lot of entertainment.
Well, the sad thing comes down to the thing is what we've been complaining about all along. We're saying we want to have our heroes, we want to see these transcribed properly onto the screen. It doesn't mean it has to be a complete, total copy paste. Obviously, is translation. There's some things that's hard to translate over from one medium to the other. But to sit back and tell someone to just blindly ignore the source material so you have no idea, other than the script that you got, where they're coming from. It sounds like they're trying to hide something. It sounds like they're just trying to keep Henry Cavill type situation where he'd walk in and say, "Excuse me, but this isn't how it goes. This sucks."
And I do want to welcome Jet Sparks, who says, "I can't believe Sam Jackson called fans incels because Trump made Brie Larson sad." Yeah, saw that earlier this week, and
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I had to laugh. It's like, stop picking on Brie. She brought it upon herself.
Yeah,
Hey,
she did.
Arlena.
Yeah, I mean, completely, totally upon herself with her attitude, her bitchiness, and no personality. I mean, even when she has those commercials where she's in those car commercials, it's like, boy, you just gave me a reason not to want to buy that car.
You don't want to buy a Nissan?
Yeah, is that what it is? I don't
Come on,
know.
Aaron. Drop,
Yeah,
the,
see,
drop the taco and get in the car.
yeah, drop the alcohol in the car. Yeah, exactly. It's like, and it also doesn't help that she's got resting bitch face too.
That's true.
RBF. Yeah, I mean, and my God, those feet. I mean, Quentin Tarantino, sign her up for one of your movies, man. But no, I mean, she's gone out there and alienated the fans just by what she was saying. It has nothing to do with Orange Man. It has everything to do with her.
It's all about her feelings. It's just like Viola Davis, the same thing. It's like, I enjoyed you in this, and what are you doing? Why are you saying these things that are ignorant?
No, you're ignorant. You're ignorant. No.
And I do want to say hello to Darth Arlena.
But yeah, I mean, going back to this other situation, well, this is why stuff is going to hell. That's why it's MC4 MCU Phase 5 is MCU Phase Bye. I mean, they're all only things that they're going out there is trying to appease now probably the normie fans who claim that they're geeky. Oh look, we're geeky. We watched the last few seasons of Big Bang Theory when it had nothing to do with geekiness. It was a rom-com.
Yeah, there was only a little bit. There wasn't much, no.
Yeah, it turned into a typical rom-com, and of course, you lost some of what the show was all about.
Yeah.
It should have died sooner.
Unfortunately, it didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm serious. It should have gone out when it was all about, the guys, and having the girls involved with the show, trying to figure out how they're going to work with these boys, acting the way they are. That would have been great comedy, but no, it turned into a rom-com.
Yeah, I don't think if somebody's like, I've only watched the Big Bang and now I'm a nerd, I'm like, you can learn a little bit about nerd culture, but I won't.
I wouldn't call anybody who only got into things like Star Trek and video games because of the Big Bang theory. Yeah,
Yes.
Well, Big Bang. I wouldn't call any of them nerds.
No, they're
or
not.
Geeks.
They're posers.
Yeah, I don't.
And I know I pick on the Big Bang Theory. It's not just the Big Bang Theory either. There's other stuff out there in the media that hypes these people up and saying, "Oh, I mean, I like these Marvel films. I am such a big fan. I know everything about Marvel because I've seen everything from Iron Man up. I know everything about Marvel, DC." I mean, when Batman and Spider-Man were fighting together, it was so awesome.
I did it! Yay! Yay!
I loved it in Star Wars when Mr. Worf said, "I am your father."
Yeah, and how that R2D2 kept on going around, exterminate, you know.
Yeah.
And of course, I do want to say hello to our Andre from Wish,
Yep.
Jason Fox.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing, Jace?
I think every channel should have one.
And Anonymous said, Big Bane made me the nerd I am
Oh.
today.
And it shows,
Good.
Mr. Wand Waver.
I think that warrants something, Baron. Big Bane made Anonymous the fan he is today. Isn't that another form of easy mode?
Oh no.
Ooh.
Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun, dun, dun.
I think it is. If you rely on shows like Big Bang to give yourself credit for liking anything in pop culture, please do yourself a favor. Do us all a favor. Call 1-800-555-NOOB. That's 1-800-555-NOOB. It's not just for games, it's also for fake fans. Because fake fans using shows like The Big Bang Theory to give themselves credit for liking games and pop culture, that's the ultimate form of easy mode.
And appropriation.
Darn right.
It's appropriation, man. I am not going to stand for it. Anyone who goes out there and says back, because I'm a fan of that because of Big Bang or whatever, this is what I got to say.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yes.
I am so worried about Futurama coming back.
I know, you
Well, it's
keep on
coming back
saying.
next month.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us are all that excited about it coming back for what, third, fourth time?
Let's see. They got canceled. They had the 4 movies. Then they brought it back as a series.
Right.
And then that got canceled. So
I think it ended on Comedy Central after, 7 seasons? Or something like
was
that.
it Comedy Central was on?
Yeah, I think it was Comedy Central, yeah. Yeah.
I lost track. Yeah, because I think Comedy Central did the movies, didn't they? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Beast was a million backs or a billion backs or whatever, and I don't know. I really haven't seen those. I need to sit down and watch those actual 4 movies, but oh well.
You know,
I only saw the Bender one. I didn't watch any of the other ones.
Actually, yeah, I think that's the one I did see was that Bender's Big Heist or whatever, yeah. And, be honest with you, those movies didn't really grab me. It's like they're trying to stretch out a half-hour series into 4, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's but that's just going off of watching, I think, one and then bits and pieces of the other, which they break down to 4 episodes each, so you might as well just call it a season.
That's essentially what it was.
Mm-hmm. 16 episodes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
No other way to look at it. Now, looking at something else, before we get into the article about Batman Beyond and The Flash, let's go ahead and take a look at the box office numbers. They've just been released. And they're not pretty.
Uh-oh.
This is so important, he's got to do it now.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, I'm not just talking about The Flash.
No.
Movies.
I know the whole kit and caboodle. I know you're not just talking about the... What do I hear? I hear my local movie theater. Yeah. Did you know that the movie theater guy actually came out, grabbed me, and forced me at gunpoint to go into the theater to watch a movie?
That never happened.
Oh,
yeah, it did happen. But you know what the great thing about it is? At least he supplied the popcorn and the pop, so I didn't complain too much.
Oh, okay.
And it was a BB gun. No, actually, no. Squirt gun, actually. It's a squirt gun. Okay. Okay, he just came out. Okay, he just came out and begged me to come in and said, buy one, get one. It's like...
Man, that is some mental gymnastics there, dude.
Okay, it never happened. I'm sorry. I lied. You can't trust me.
Oh, Baron.
Did you go to the school of Smollett? Is that what's going on, Baron?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did actually. Yeah.
I knew it.
I got kicked out though.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, I won't go there. We could get shadow banned by same reasons why.
Shadow band.
Yeah, I was too straight for one, but that's beside the point. Super straight, bro.
Well, you know what?
Uh,
There's something that's pretty straightforward, and that's the box office numbers.
Yay!
I think Across the Spider-Verse, it didn't cost that much to make, so I think it's definitely made a profit.
Yeah, but look at these numbers.
I know.
Yeah, horrible.
19.3 million for Across the Spider-Verse. Then you have 18.5 million for Elemental. The Flash made 15.3 million.
Yeah.
No Hard Feelings, that new movie with Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, okay.
This is really the first movie that anyone's ever seen in theaters. Before this weekend, there were no other movies in theaters until Jennifer Lawrence and No Hard Feelings.
Oh, really? That's good to know.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So
I should
all
go see this.
these other movies had to follow No Hard Feelings.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. I'm glad. I gotta go see it so it can be part of history. I want to be part of history, man.
Come on, man.
But No Hard Feelings made 15.1 million.
No hard
And-
feelings, Jennifer Lawrence. No hard feelings.
Transformers: Rise of the Beast made 11.6 million.
Transformers.
Now, looking at the Flash here, it's made a domestic gross of 87,644,000. Internationally, 123,300,000 for a worldwide total of 210 million.
Yeah.
Come on, that's low. That's low. We all know why it's low.
Yeah.
It's
They
gotta
just-
have to do with a certain Miller.
Well, no, they're still talking about. Well, he's not gone yet. We still have options to do more with him. And it's like you want to keep on shooting yourself in the foot. You only got two, really. It just means you have to go back and shoot the other foot now, and then go back and do the other foot. How many times can you shoot your feet? Do you have Brie Larson feet that you can that it doesn't matter? You got enough room to put all these bullets in.
Yes.
And I do want to say hello to Real Wade Gaming and Clips. And guess what? Guess what? The devil's here to bow before us.
He's here.
Yep.
Well, we pissed on
worst troll ever.
We pissed on his grave, so too bad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he
Yes,
came
but-
back to life.
No, really, Barrett. There's a part in the game where it tells you can pay your respects to Satan.
Yep.
So it has Rambro standing in front of his grave, and he actually pisses on it.
That is freaking awesome.
It's fun.
That is.
And then the devil starts coming back to life. Like, oh no!
Oh.
You start seeing the arm.
And notice, I'm Rambro. See that? I'm Rambro here. So
Yep.
How apropos. I dish on your grave, Satan.
And to Across the Spider-Verse's credit, it has made 560 million. So,
Is it?
considering its budget wasn't very big,
No.
that's a
Yeah,
success.
It's a
And
success.
and the movie came out before The Flash, and it's beating it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Elemental has made 121 million worldwide.
Look at the
And-
international. Look how bad that international is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that tells you something.
Right. Family
Tells you that-
grooming doesn't.
Yeah, people have no interest in Disney movies.
Okay.
We've seen it with Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said that
Well-
already, Phil. Get some new material.
Well, not only that, finding out, them going out there bragging about the non-binary. So, forget my stupid question. Is this in there one of those movies that's not being shown at the United Arab Emirates? It's a serious question. I don't know.
I don't
Because
know.
just
I don't
that
know.
Not sure.
because just how low that is
Maybe
for
not.
international. Is there countries out there saying we don't want it?
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be more than the United Arab Emirates. I mean, we talked about that article last Sunday.
Mhm.
when it came
Oh yeah.
to Across the Spider-Verse.
Well, I think that's the biggest, most influential one people think about. But what about Saudi Arabia and all the others? They don't go for that either.
No. And let's see, no hard feelings. Well, it seemed like the international audience enjoyed it more than the domestic audience.
No. Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. Wait a moment. No,
Wait,
they got more.
no,
9 million. 9.5 for international.
correction. I'm capable of making mistakes.
Ma, ma,
Yeah, I
ma.
need to. I
Correct.
need to add that buzzer sound effect back. Wrong.
Oh.
What was the budget on this movie? I can't imagine.
I don't
Oh, I
know.
don't know.
Unfortunately, Box Office Mojo doesn't show it anymore.
Yeah, I know. That's a shame. Excuse me, I got an ass.
I'm gonna look it up.
Okay.
Obi, go away.
Let's see what the.
I'm being assaulted by another cat. I have enough trouble with mouse. Why do I have you?
All right, so No Hard Feelings budget was 45 million.
Okay, so that wasn't much of a budget, really, but look
No.
at returns. Will it keep the momentum? I don't think so.
No, and let me ask you guys this: could it be that people just aren't interested in Jennifer Lawrence?
Or just the trailer looks bad. I don't think that helps either. Just like movies like Bros, they really did a poor job, I think, really trying to get people to. I I just saw that trailer of that movie. I was like, no.
It looks stupid.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
don't get me wrong. I like stupid comedy, but this
Yeah.
one looks real stupid.
No. Yeah, I just didn't care. I was like, haven't we seen something like this before?
yeah, it's the same old. But is Jennifer Lawrence trying to teach her son to be a man? Yeah.
No.
A couple skirts later in a mani petty, and he's out there.
So what was that budget for that movie?
45, I think.
45 million. 45 million.
And how much did it make?
Half of that, 24.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay.
And that's
so-
worldwide.
Yeah.
And of course, rounding up the top 5 because that's all I'm gonna do. Is Transformers: Rise of the Beast.
Rise.
16 days later, 2 weeks.
Yep, it's made more money in the international market than it has domestically.
Yeah.
And normally you expect that because you know you're talking about the rest of the world.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, when I watched it and I gave my thoughts on it, I liked it. I thought it was one of the better live-action Transformers movies.
So what you are trying to tell us here is when you walked out of the theater, you did not say
It stinks.
No, but it'll never take the place of this movie, which is number 1, always in my heart.
One shall stand, one shall fall. Why throw away your life so recklessly?
that's okay. We got Rodimus Prime out of it, so.
Baron?
Uh-oh.
All right, youngster, out you go.
Don't come back! Ever!
He never learns. He doesn't know when to stop. Doesn't know when to stop. Poor
Yeah.
Baron. Baron Orman Tagge. When will you learn, my friend? When will you learn? And I know he's going to be in the chat, either in the private chat or in the public chat, saying I'm being oppressed. Here, I'm going to go ahead and play that clip for you, Baron, just to get it out of the way. Let's see where is that clip? We got too many clips. Well, yes, stop. I'm trying to play it. You with your backstage shenanigans.
Help! Help! I'm being repressed! Lighten up, Francis.
Uh,
How about new? That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
yeah, it's game
To
over.
be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here. I'm the man.
He said, "Man,
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
And it is. It is.
Extinction to all traitors.
uh-oh." Yeah.
All right, so that leads us to this article, and folks, this is just part of the show. Barrett steps out of line, Cash steps out of line. I just toss him out for a few moments.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Well, we have this article from comicbook.com, and it says Batman Beyond movie starring Michael Keaton reportedly would have been up next if Flash was successful at the box office.
So, what they're saying, despite the efforts before that, it's not a bomb. Now they're saying it is a bomb.
Yeah, then that's what they're saying.
Okay, so it's like, can you make up her mind? But I'll let you continue on. I just
All right.
thought I'd ask.
So this article was posted on June 21st. And it's by Russ Burlingame. And it says, for years there have been rumors that Warner Brothers was interested in making a Batman Beyond live-action movie. Fans during all that time have usually suggested using Michael Keaton, now old enough to plausibly play an older, injured Bruce Wayne, in the role, so that it could tie back to some of the most beloved comic book movies of all time without having to get too nerdy about continuity. And according to Kevin Smith, it seems that might have actually happened if The Flash had done better. Dun dun dun. That's third-hand account, but according to Smith, it's a revelation that came from the son of longtime Batman producer Michael Christian, who has been connected to every big screen outing featuring the Caped Crusader since 1989. Apparently, the bar was that for a Keaton return to be considered, the movie had to perform about as well as the Batman, though. Well, I know Michael Keaton was a big, hook to get people to go see The Flash, but really, this is all on Ezra Miller.
Mm-hmm.
It goes on to say, I was hoping that it did better than it did because Michael Ustin's kid said that if the movie did as well as the Batman opened at 130 million. One of the next Batman movies they're going to make is Batman Beyond with Michael Keaton, Smith said during a recent episode of Batman Beyond. That quote is edited for clarity, according to comicbook.com. So I was like, oh my god, now I hope the movie makes a lot of money. You can see the full episode below. We're not going to play any of that.
No. But you can go torture yourself.
Here, if you want to go ahead and torture yourself, I'll go ahead and put the link in the chat.
Yeah, I'm not going.
I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying, if you're the type of person that, let me get the clip. And
Phil McCracken, go and watch this clip. You really need to watch this clip, Phil.
I don't want my pain taken away. I need my pain.
Yeah, if you're the type of person who doesn't want their pain taken away, you need your pain. Well,
if you really like Star Trek 5 that much, you got to watch this clip. Yeah. No F, ands, and R buts.
And before I continue on, I do want to say hello to DJ Ronnie G, who says, it's good to be off from work today. Oh, nice, brother. Nice.
Hey, good to hear that, Mr. Turtle Power. Yeah.
Cowabunga, dude.
Cowabunga, yeah. Get a pizza, man. Get a pizza for you and the rest of your turtles here.
The article continues by saying, unfortunately, The Flash underperformed at the box office, opening at just 55 million domestically and garnering lukewarm reviews from critics and a B cinema score. The movie now feels like the last dying gasp of the DCEU, especially since it spends so much of its runtime realigning the timeline to set the stage for the upcoming DC reboot under James Gunn and Peter Safran. The question now becomes what will happen with Blue Beetle and Aquaman and The Last Kingdom, both of which are set to hit theaters before the reboot happens. The Flash raced into theaters on June 16th, reshaping the DC multiverse with the help of familiar faces and brand new heroes. Barry Allen, Ezra Miller, ventures to the past to change history, resulting in massive repercussions for the future, forced to team up with another version of Barry, the mysterious Kryptonian known as Supergirl, Sasha Calle, and the iconic Batman, Michael Keaton. The Scarlet Speedster is forced to reckon with his mistakes and save a doomed reality. The Flash is directed by Andy Muschietti, written by Christina Hodson, from a story by Joby Harold, and produced by Barbara Muschietti. Well, with all the antics that Ezra Miller has pulled, and it's not like it's been a well-kept secret, everybody knows what he's done in the past year and in other years.
And how people let it slide, most importantly.
Yeah. How Warner Brothers, whether it was the old regime or new regime, still kept him on board. People are saying, no, we're not going to support this movie, even with Michael Keaton in it.
Okay, so first of all, we're getting this from Kevin Smith, who has no credibility at all anymore. Especially after his attack on Clownfish TV, when they were telling the truth, and he was being a full-fledged schmuck. And of course, this is the same guy who walks around tossing his wanker around when he's on the set of the sequel trilogy, saying, "These are the best ever."
No, they weren't. That was the problem. They weren't the best ever.
Kevin Smith has no credibility at all. None. And, jokingly said, but basically his nerd card ran down his mother's leg. It's not there no more. So, and this was 100% bullshit, because this project was on and off for, what was it, 5, maybe more than that, years at DC, whether to do it or not. And I doubt highly that it was going to rest on the shoulders of this film. Particularly because Michael Keaton was in the Batgirl film, which got put into the shredder. This cannot be placed on the shoulders of this movie at all. The biggest thing about this Batman Beyond movie thing is probably, the biggest thing that's probably causing the harm is the new regime change over there. James Gunn doesn't want anything to do with it. It'd be great to see Michael Keaton playing that old Batman. And by the way, it wasn't injuries. Batman and Batman Beyond, basically health-wise, couldn't do it. He suffered a heart attack in the new suit. So really, it wasn't an injury. It's just a strain on his own body from being an old fart and not being able to do what he could do. Which, again, is a very important factor in there. So, at least comic book news, please. If you're going to come out a show like this story, where you're kissing ass left and right, and not having any credibility, at least follow through and know what the hell you're talking about.
Unfortunately, Baron, with not just comicbook.com, but all these pop culture news sites, you have people writing for them who don't know what the hell they're talking about.
No. Not at all. And so what we're going to do, we're going to run to Kevin Smith because, he's the know-all be-all. Bullshit. He lost all that now.
Mm-hmm.
If he's going to get any credibility, he's going to have to fucking work harder than he is right now. And this right here is not showing that he has that ability. He's just shilling and kissing butt and whining and crying and shaming people who don't like the fact that Ezra Miller is a creep. I mean, I hope he's getting help, but he's a creep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not even alleged. There's enough out there that's shown.
Enough documented evidence out there. What happened in Hawaii last year is a perfect example.
Mm-hmm. Right. Human beings don't act that way. Normal human beings. And this is the big poison. This film should have been out before all this. And they were farting around with it. And look what happened. It bit him in the arse. And then another interesting point in there when they're talking about, we're going to start tweaking it so it can fit into James Gunn's new reality. Now, I have not seen the film, so I don't know if that's the case. But if that is so, then that's going to be another deterrent to watching this film, because this is long after the fact that the film was made that they're putting this stuff in here, and how much are they frilling the whole thing up?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll probably see this when it comes out on streaming, because I have no interest in going and paying money. I want to see Michael Keaton bad. I want to be able to see Keaton as Batman bad. Oh, yeah, and their choice for Supergirl, I don't think that helped matter as much either.
Well, considering that's not even supposed to be Supergirl, according to the comics, it's supposed to be another character. But
yeah, it's supposed to be, but
it's not. That's not supposed to be Kara, but whatever.
Yeah, but that's what they're trying to pass her off as.
Right. Yeah, I haven't seen this movie either, and I'm hoping my brother just forgets about it.
Oh, so you're talking about on the air? He could probably hear this and go, "Hey, I know, Cash. Let's see the film."
No, I think he's sleeping right now.
But you know what? They're not the only outlet who really don't know what they're talking about.
Mm-mm. No,
because I'm going to go ahead and combine these two stories a little bit.
Ooh, yeah!
And I'm going to go ahead and share this tab from
Variety. Oh, Variety. Yeah,
Variety.
One thing that should know
there's a section in this article. Like I said, I read it ahead of time, where someone else doesn't know what the heck they're talking about. Joel Otterson, you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, and same thing with the other guy at the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, is that Dylan Mulrooney at the end there singing in the microphone?
I don't know.
Oh, it's kind of scary.
I don't know, because you know what? When it comes to a lot of Hollywood stars anymore, this is me.
I don't know who any of those people are.
Well, that kind of looks like Mr. Bud Light over there. That's why I was wondering.
So we have this article from Variety that says Grease, Rise of the Pink Ladies, Star Trek Prodigy, among 4 shows canceled at Paramount Plus, will be pulled off streamer. And this is by Joel Otterson. It was posted on the 23rd on their website. And it says, the game, Grease, Rise of the Pink Ladies, Star Trek Prodigy, and Queen of the Universe have all been canceled at Paramount Plus. In addition, all 4 shows are set to be removed from the streaming service in the coming days. The Paramount Plus series, Grease, Rise of the Pink Ladies, Star Trek Prodigy, Queen of the Universe, and the game have completed their runs on Paramount Plus and will not be returning to the service, a Paramount Plus spokesperson said. We want to extend our thanks to our tremendously talented cast and crew and our producing partners for their passionate work and dedication on these programs. And we wish them all the best on their future endeavors. That's never good. That is never good.
Never good, no.
Goes on to say, news of the cancellations and subsequent removals comes just days ahead of the launch of the unified service, Paramount Plus, with Showtime. I was about to call it HBO.
We're still used to it.
Yeah, which will debut on June 27th. So that's on Tuesday. Showtime shows like Dexter, Yellow Jackets, Billions, and many more will then be available to all subscribers. According to an individual with knowledge of the removals, the decision was data driven, though Paramount did not share any specific data that highlighted why these shows are being canceled and removed. It
Of
is the
course.
latest example, however, of streamers removing content from their platforms. Warner Brothers Discovery led the charge on such removals at Max under the leadership of David Zaslav, while other platforms like Disney Plus and Hulu have recently followed suit. And then we get to the part where I said I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant.
Yay!
Okay.
It says the cancellation of Star Trek Prodigy, and this is the part right here, Baron. The first animated kids show in the Star Trek universe.
Yeah, they're keeping that
What the
lie
hell
up.
was Star Trek the animated series back in 73, 50 years ago? What the hell was that?
Selective amnesia.
But was that for kids too?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a 30-minute animated TV series
Saturday
aimed at
morning.
kids that aired on NBC, but guess what? Unlike a lot of kids shows, they didn't dumb down the storyline. It was still smart and intelligent.
hmm And one of the big things that the detractors of the animated series would go around saying, "Well, it's a kids show; it doesn't really count." Even though there's a lot of that show that got really brought into the the lore of Star Trek heavily, especially the episode yesteryear where it really delved into Spock's growing up and his childhood.
Yeah, because like you said, Baron, they brought in some of those elements into the live action series, whether it's Next Generation or any series that followed.
hmm And not only that, they used some of the designs. The one Vulcan city in there, they brought it forward into live action. So when they did the cleaning up of the original Star Trek series, and not only that, the Antares basically was the robot ore carrier with a crew cabin added onto the front.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, the first animated kids show, bullshit. Check your facts. Hey, I'm a fact checker. Check your facts.
Yeah, we can trust you though.
The first anime kids show in the Star Trek universe comes despite the fact that the show was renewed for a second season back in 2021. That doesn't mean anything. A show can be renewed and still get canceled.
Yeah.
According to an individual with knowledge of the situation, although the show had aired on Nickelodeon in addition to Paramount Plus, it will not be returning to Nickelodeon either. Those on the show will complete post-production on Season 2, and then CBS Studios will be free to shop it to other outlets. And it finishes up by saying CBS Studios will also free to shop the game, the revival of the CWBET series of the same name. The revival has aired 2 seasons on Paramount Plus. Pink, Rise of the Grease, Rise of the Pink Ladies, debuted its one and only season on Paramount Plus back in April. The show serves as a prequel to the hit musical film and stage show Grease. It was originally developed at Max, formerly HBO Max, before it was ordered to series at Paramount Plus back in 2020. Paramount Television Studios will shop the series to other outlets. Queen of the Universe was a drag scene competition series from World of Wonder, the same company that produces the RuPaul's Drag Race franchise. The final 4 episodes debuted on June 22nd, and the show will be removed from Paramount Plus on June 30th. So yeah, Paramount Plus is canceling shows ahead of their rebranded Paramount Plus Showtime launch. And the one thing that did catch my attention, and it's why we're talking about it, was when the author of this article said that Star Trek Prodigy was the first animated series in the Star Trek universe, completely ignoring the fact that you had the animated series for 2 seasons.
And I'm sure what they're going to sit back and say, well, we said for kids, and the other one wasn't for kids. Yeah, yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
It was aimed for the youth audience, even though everybody could enjoy it. Now let's start taking bets here. Let's start taking bets.
Okay.
The Star Trek movies have been taken off, from what I understand, and gone to other streaming services. Now we have Prodigy going basically crashing, burning, and now not available for this, as well as some of these others. How long until Paramount Plus goes? Because it sounds like what they're doing is farming their shows out to other streaming services so they can get money, because they're not here. And of course, these shows that we all listed here obviously are anchors for them. Yeah. They've been doing nothing but let's throw money into this, and no one's watching.
Well, look at Discovery. Star Trek 2 was canceled.
Mm-hmm.
And, one of the things you hear from different places is that you never get any concrete data from Paramount Plus or Disney Plus or...
No.
So it makes me think that because you're not getting this data and some of these shows are being canceled, that the shows aren't bringing in the viewership that many had hoped at the higher-ups of these studios.
Especially when they're behind paywalls.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And, again, it comes down to this, as well as anything else. The quality. Now, I don't know what the quality of this Prodigy series is. And, I mean, nothing about it looked like it was Star Trek, except that you had, the animated Janeway and such. But it kind of looked like a mishmash of other stuff out there that has no meaning. It's like looking like one of the Disney Star Wars animated shows.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know where I was going with this, but I mean, these shows are just so people. The streaming services are going to break down, and it's going to be who's going to be the ones left standing, and that doesn't even mean that's going to be Netflix either. Everyone thinks that the giant will be, but there's always going to be a giant killer.
Yeah.
So
what is
it?
Look at what's going on with Disney too. How their stocks are falling, and a lot of people are speculating that NBC is going to say to Disney, "You can have Hulu." There you go.
Yep. And I also said before that stuff's going to be up on the chopping block to be sold. And I will still sit back and say this. I think Lucasfilm will go before Marvel. I think they see more of a return on investment and more chances with Marvel than Lucasfilm. I think it's the wrong bet because superhero franchise is just our fatigue is really out there.
Who takes Lucasfilm? And if Disney did get rid of Lucasfilm, if then that would be a massive failure for them.
Yeah,
because then they would. I don't know who would take it, but it would be a massive failure if that did happen.
Well, the thing is, it's falling apart. They're going to have to do something. It's one of two options. Either they get rid of it and try to get some money back on it, or they just get rid of it. It's done. There's no more Lucasfilm no more. Right. Lucasfilm, as of today, no longer exists, and that cannot happen.
And if Indiana Jones does actually fail, we don't know. If it does,
I don't know.
That would be a huge gut punch to Disney for sure.
Now, I'm not going out there saying I have spies or anything like this. I'm just going off of just a gut feeling here of what might happen. Right. And I'm sure there's somebody, you know what? We don't know who's going to be out there. But you know something? I think there are some entities out there that see the potential of Lucasfilm and knows that it's been mismanaged.
Yeah. I think, I guess Apple TV is doing pretty well. But I'm sure they have some shows that get canceled, but I think they're doing pretty well.
Well, everything gets canceled. Not everything's a success.
No. It's not.
I mean, it's not, that's not sitting back saying it's not viable or they're a viable network, but you know.
And I'm going to use an example here. You guys remember the show Jag?
Yeah.
It got its start on NBC.
Mhm.
NBC canceled it. Then it got picked up at CBS, and it became a hit.
Right.
Yeah, it became a hit, but it
Still
also
bad show.
people what?
I didn't like Jag. I didn't like Jag.
I like Catherine Bell.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's different. Yeah, but my former wife used to watch it all the time, and I kept on hitting the table with my head. But whenever whenever you know who came up, ooh boy, hi.
Yeah, that show actually got a few more seasons, of course, because of what was going on with the whole 9/11 situation, and people were looking for something kind of patriotic, from what I remember, and so it's that is a very interesting history of television there.
Well, not only that, they also launched the NCIS, or no, not NCIS films, our series. I mean, so. Yeah, so I mean that was basically a spin-off of that Jag series. But of course, Taxi was the same way. Taxi went from NBC to, was it ABC?
Yeah.
And I mean, there are a lot of TV shows that went from one network to another. And My Three Sons was another one, which
And then wasn't there a spin-off of Taxi, right? Because back then they were doing more either spin-offs or connections or whatever.
I don't remember of a spin-off. I'm not saying there wasn't one, but I don't remember one.
I don't know. I'm not sure, but I have this feeling there was. I want to go look that up now. Not sure.
You'd go do that.
and here's another thing, as far as Disney is concerned, I know this article is about Paramount Plus. As far as Disney is concerned, and that rumor that George Lucas is going to buy it back, no, he's not going to buy it back.
No, but what I could see happening though is another entity buying it and then going to George saying, "Hey, you want to be, overlook it, you don't have to be here day by day, but we're going to use you for." Stories and such like that. I can see that happening, but not a day-to-day guy, and not a guy who's going to buy it back. He got his $4 billion, and he's laughing his ass off. Granted, he could come back and buy it for $2 billion, and then come back with a $2 billion profit right off the bat.
Yeah, he could.
But but no, I don't see George Lucas. George Lucas doesn't care, because I don't think his kids care. No. If his kids cared about it, Jet and the other ones, and they showed an interest in continuing on, I don't think he would have sold. But I don't think they're interested.
Yeah. And people always keep talking about what if George did this, and I've had other conversations with people in this community about it. Like, George was screwed. Yeah, he was, but he still sold. He still sold to Disney.
Still sold it.
Yeah.
Still sold it.
But
still sold it because you got to think about the circle that he's in. With Spielberg, he was good friends with Jim Henson at one point, and I've heard people say that it was Jim Henson that put the idea in his head that if you sell your company to anyone, sell it to Disney, they'll take care of it. Now, if only somebody can go back and tell Jim Henson, they're not taking care of your Muppets, Jim.
Well, plus his working relationship with Disney. I mean, with Star Tours and all sorts of other stuff. I mean, Captain EO was another one I believe he worked on with them, and Michael Jackson and Disney. I mean, he had a good working relationship with Disney as well with working with Henson, and of course Spielberg being friends, and Ronnie Howard, all that. So when Bob Iger comes slithering in with the contract going, yes, we're going to do this. We'll take your script ideas and story ideas, and we're going to go continue on it. And then when he walks out the door, he burns them. I mean, he admits that he screwed him over. He admits it.
He admits it in his book.
Right. So, I mean, George Lucas went in there with good faith.
Look what I did. I screwed over George Lucas. How about that?
Right. And that's nothing to be proud of.
No.
No, and the thing is, and that was good faith on George Lucas's side. He had good faith in that. He had good faith in KK, he had good faith in the people that she was putting on there, such as Pablum Hidalgo and a few of the others. And then look what all happened. You know, they, not right down to mocking him, including that resting bitch face who was doing that Acolyte series.
Leslie Headland. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Leslie Headland.
He's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's the guy.
She gives me bad vibes. Yes.
Oh yeah, just looking at her, just looking at her face. And I'm not saying she's ugly, but you can just see the attitude.
I just get a bad feeling about her, and if other people who defend her say, "Oh, why? I just do. I get a bad feeling about that woman.
Well, when she had that one article, and all it was let's trash Lucas for being a misogynist.
Yeah. Yeah, the article that you guys read, and I don't know how you guys got through it. I was listening to it and following along, and all the like. Okay, you know what I would like to do? I'd like to tell you to just say as little as possible. I'm sure someone can say that about me, too.
Well, we do all the time. Especially when we take over the show.
Yes. I do want to say hello to Phantomology.
Yes.
How you doing, Paul?
Hey, Paul.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. Oh, no. That's right. Paul is now.
It's
Phantomology.
Look, somebody... They're just going about all their marketing, a lot of it, the wrong way. And if they were doing so well, then why are they losing money? Look, I can't always predict these numbers of these on these shows of the streaming service. Yes, maybe Ahsoka will be a hit. I just wish, but I just wish they would stop coming out and saying some of this silly stuff. I really do. I don't really think it helps the marketing. I just don't.
I don't think it does.
Well, no, and not only that, they're gearing everything to the quote-unquote fake fans, the posers, and those that don't even have never been watching it and don't intend to. But they're the ones that are whining the most. And it's like, no, you got to know your audience. Those aren't your audience.
No, I don't.
It's even with Star Trek Picard, where you had Terry Metalis at the helm of that show, and I'm sorry, I didn't enjoy it.
No.
I'm happy for those who did, but
Right.
I did not enjoy it.
Nope.
Right. Member berries is not a thing to build your show on.
Right.
And when you get close to 100 member berries in one episode, that's not good. And what is it? Whenever I read an article about the rest of that show, everyone was pointing out the member berries. That's all they could do.
Yep.
Not the story. Not the complex story or the intriguing story or any of that. It's all the member berries. Look at all the ships in that space dock facility. Even those ships in there don't make sense, like Kronos 1 or even the freaking Bird of Prey.
Bird of Prey.
And you know what? I've got to thinking about the Bird of Prey. Why would it be at the Fleet Museum? Why not display it somewhere on Earth, as this is the ship that Admiral Kirk, Spock, Dr. McCoy, Chekhov, Uhura, and Sulu took to the past and saved us by getting George and Gracie.
Well, yeah, I mean, have it in San Francisco, yeah.
Yeah, with a dedication plaque explaining why it's there.
Now, here where it comes around to knowing the universe and actually thinking about a story. But that would come into problems in a couple of ways. One, even though that ship helped save Earth, it would still be a slap in the face to the Klingons because it had to deal with Krug breaking several violations to come into the Federation to get the plans for Genesis, killing an entire crew of a starship, killing an admiral's son, virtually losing everybody but one guy who later on went on to become a lawyer in New York City. So that would be a slap and embarrassment in their face. It'd also be a slap and embarrassment in Starfleet's face because of everything that's leading up, including Genesis. But also the fact that you had an admiral that went rogue. You had a crew that went rogue that went out there and did this. They took a Federation ship and blew it up, even though he was exonerated in Star Trek 4. It's still an embarrassment. And then following through at that time, it had all that wonderful technology on it. They would have ripped that thing apart. It would not be in one piece. There would be nothing to put on display. Maybe the captain's seat.
They would have studied that ship inside and out. Okay, what makes the Klingon cloaking device work?
Mm-hmm. Right. And, of course, it would be in the Federation's equivalent of Area 51. And then following through on that, that is a cloaking device how old? By the time Picard comes around,
and
it wouldn't be work. Not only is it still functional, but the technology is so outdated, it would be like not going around with a cloaking device at all.
Yeah, because I don't care if what they said in the show that the Titan was an older ship and it was basically pieced together by other ships. To have technology of that cloaking device integrate with newer technology, it wouldn't work. It'd be like taking an old 386 computer and trying to get the memory in that computer to work in a modern day PC. It wouldn't work.
Well, look at yesterday's Enterprise. The problems they had trying to use the Romulan cloaking device on the Enterprise. And they already had a cloaking technology that they were able to grab. So now they have two forms of cloaking technology, Romulan and Klingon. Mm-hmm. So you're not going to be seeing the Romulan cloaking device on display. No. And while we're at it, again, we're talking about playing in the world, knowing how to do a story. Why the Bird of Prey? The Defiant was there. Newer technology. A lot closer to the Titan. Cloaking device. Hell, why not even the friggin' Defiant? Because that's made to go out there and take abuse. Not a cobbled together bubblegum and twine starship like the Titan.
And you know, DJ Ronnie G, you know it's not going to work the way you think it's going to work. As soon as you put that memory into the new computer is going to be like, what's this?
It's going to be like me. But right there, I just ripped apart a major segment of that show using facts, logic, knowledge of the universe, which these people are supposed to have. Yeah, it's like, this is why Picard sucked. They're too busy with doing member berries and actual good story.
Well, speaking of good story, I think this is a perfect segue.
Okay.
And this is our last story for this edition of Pop Talk.
The crowd goes wild.
Well, yes, the crowd goes wild. They probably go wild when they don't hear me talk anymore. They go, oh, thank God, Mike's done talking. But
if you've got an issue, here's a tissue.
With either a thumbs up, number one, an emoji, show of hands, how many of you are looking forward to Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1?
Me.
Oh, that sounded... Listen to Cat. Me. Boy, try to sound less enthusiastic next time.
No. Yes, I'm definitely looking forward to this. I've enjoyed all these. The only Mission Impossible movie, like the first one, I think it had some problems, but after that, I feel these movies have been either very good, great, very good, great. They're all enjoyable, especially after the first one. The first one is pretty good, but the second one, then we just keep going and going and going and going and going, and yeah. But
in a nutshell, what Cash is saying, Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise usually picks films that are make people happy and make him happy, obviously, but he has no desire to. He wants the audience to enjoy the ride.
Well, yeah, I mean, we make fun of Tom Cruise quite a bit and poke fun at him, but in all seriousness...
Yes.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, you're absolutely right. He is someone that does seem to try to pick a good role to be in. And, he's had from Risky Business on up. I mean, he was in Risky Business. He was in Taps, if anyone remembers that movie, along with Sean Penn. He, of course, Top Gun helped really throw him in there. And then he's not against having silly, crazy little small parts like Tropic Thunder. I mean, that right there shows kind of the caliber of an actor when you're willing to do a role like that.
Don't make me get my 9-iron out on you there, Padawannabe. Spreading lies. I'm going to start calling you CNN.
It's a 5-wood.
Spreading lies again, Padawannabe.
Well, that's from the PNN Phil News Network.
You know what? I get it. I get it now, Padawannabe. You are a product of CNN. I knew it.
Actually, it's PPN.
He's a product of Phil McCracken.
Yeah, the PPN, the Phil's Propaganda Network. There we go. That's what it's PPN.
I like that. It's very good. Yes,
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, very true.
I think he might be.
How about 5'1" in heels? Yeah.
This article is by John F. Trent. It was posted on the 22nd. And it says, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Tom Cruise reveals getting moviegoers invested in the characters and story is primary to him and his team. It should be to everybody in Hollywood, but unfortunately it's not. Actor Tom Cruise recently shared that getting moviegoers invested in the characters and the story of his films is primary to him and his production team. Cruise spoke with Fandango about the upcoming Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 film, where he was asked the amount of joy he personally gets from the more quiet moments of the film. And he answered, all of it. I love all the moments. I have to say, all of those moments. And also, when I see the other actors, we're constantly working with them, too. What I love in movies, I want vivid characters. It's not about me. It's about the story. It's about how do we tell the story to engage an audience into an emotional story and a character journey. Cruise relayed. And there's this other stuff that we have. Cruise went on the amount of time that we spend finding the story, finding those moments with the characters, and not just for myself, but the actors in developing the stuff. That's what engages me. And when I want to thrill the audience, also with these other things, because if you don't have that, it doesn't matter how big it is if I'm not invested in the story and invested in the characters. And that is primary for us, he declared. Cruise then elaborated. It's just movies and why I want to see movies. I want to care about the people. I want to be interested in the world. I want to be interested in those people that is movies. How many of us have said that in these last several years?
Well, I think what's important isn't it funny how before an actor would sit back and say, I got involved with it because I really like the story and all that, right? Just nonplussed about it. It's like, yeah, I like the story. It looked like something fun to do, and I went in there. To Tom Cruise, I almost said Hanks. Tom Cruise going down there and having this whole big explanation because I think he gets it. He knows what's turning people away from the theaters and Hollywood itself. That he's trying to tell people out there, come see my film. We're not going to go out there and preach. We think the story is important, not the pandering, not the pablum, not the bullshit. We just want you. We want you to come in and sit back, grab your popcorn, and enjoy a freaking good show. I mean, all that hard work he's doing. No one should do that. It's just all that emphasis on what that the story how this is. It shows you how bad Hollywood is off.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's one of the reasons why Top Gun Maverick was such a success. Mm-hmm. Because Tom Cruise cares about that franchise and the character and wanted to see where the character was some 36 years later.
Right.
Yeah, we just need, if these people would take a lot of their ego out and be like, oh, well, whatever I'm doing is great. It's like, but you really could actually do better. Like, if your movie is failing, maybe you should actually look at what is going on instead of, it's the same thing. Imagine if somebody will say randomly, I don't know, random person, Patty Jenkins came out and said, you know what? I thought this vision of Wonder Woman 84 was going to be good, but I was wrong. A lot of people didn't like this. Maybe I need to go back and actually read the source material because people liked the first movie that I was involved in, that I directed, and maybe and if they said that, I really feel that people would go, you know what? That's not bad, but they never can. They never can do it.
And to answer this question, Pat, I'm not sure because I haven't seen the other movies after 3.
I think he is. Where is he with? I don't think he's married. I think he's divorced again, if I remember correctly.
Again.
Oh. Yeah, I think he got either married once or twice. I can't remember exactly. Yeah.
And in response to talking about Top Gun Maverick, Padawannabe says the message is America.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't need to have a big complex thing.
And that's why that patriotic movie, that's what it is, irritated some critics because how dare you,
They wanted it to fail big time.
Oh, of course they did. Of course they did.
And then what did it do? It kicked them in the arse. And it's there's nothing wrong with being proud of your country, warts and all. This is your home.
Right. That's right.
But the thing is they do have a problem. And it's like, well, then why are you here?
Exactly.
Why don't you go to another country and pull the same BS that you're doing here and see how far you get away with it?
And then when you tell them that, they say, "Oh, can you believe this person said that?" Shut up.
Yeah,
just go away. When a certain person got elected, you guys, a lot of you in Hollywood didn't leave. We were. A lot of us were hoping you would, but you didn't. You didn't grant our wish.
And I do want to say hello to Dempsey. Good to see you, Dempsey.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, this is the state of Hollywood right now, where Tom Cruise has to go out there and do this big sell job for the story because people are so disenchanted. But I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem for him because they've already known his track record.
And I hope Oppenheimer does well as I think it will. But it's just Nolan, who's an Englishman.
I do say that.
Yes. If I remember correctly, yes, he is. He'll come out and he just makes sense, and he gets people interested in his movies, and he likes to do stories that are also based on truth, which is cool. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of interesting stuff in Oppenheimer. But there'll also be other people who'll be like, that movie's not for me, and that's fine too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's kind of funny. I mean, going out there and traveling the Twitterverse, looking at some stuff, and even the fake book or other parts of there. The one guy shooting their mouth off saying that The Last Jedi was the greatest Star Wars film ever, and the old fans just didn't get it. They didn't want to see a movie that took risks. And it's like, okay, well, you get out of your little bubble and realize what a big risk The Empire Strikes Back was.
Right.
And the fans embraced it.
They did.
this was a movie that was downers at the end. Han is in carbonite. The rebel forces are spread about. Luke lost his hand, and not only that, the main bad guy might be his daddy, and Leia is out there because her new boyfriend is also in carbonite. So everything about that is all uncertainty. That movie did not end. I mean, there was the positive spin on it, the fact that they're all still around, and that they'll continue on.
Yes.
But unlike The Last Jedi, where they're doing kumbaya and everybody that's left of the Resistance is in the hold of the Millennium Falcon, but they're having kumbaya moments out there. Hey, how wonderful. Oh, yeah. No, I mean, that's where everyone will be sitting around going, man, we got our asses kicked.
Yeah.
At least you had that positive outlook that, hey, we're not down and out of this game yet with Empire Strikes Back. Star Wars, and the whole prequel trilogy took chances. Don't give me this bullshit that fans of Star Wars don't like, things not part of the quote unquote norm. But as long as it stays within the parameters of what the story is about, we accept it.
Yep.
It's whether or not it's going to be a good story or not. Are they going to execute it properly?
Exactly.
None of The Last Jedi filled those parameters. None.
No.
It just was there. I don't really know what it did exactly.
Pissed me off. That's what it did.
It just was there. You watched it and you went, oh.
Yeah. And Rise of Palpatine just made me go, walk away with the worst thing you ever want from someone watching your movie is, At least if someone walked away hot, it means you did something.
Right.
If they walked away pissed off and all that, at least you did something. Or if they're going, going off, they're going, oh, it's the greatest ever.
Yeah.
It's like, and also it didn't have really an ending. It's like, to be continued, they should put at the end of that one. Yes. But I mean, at least he did something to touch the audience. The Rise of Palpatine was just meh.
Yeah, just you stand up after the movie, you clap, and then you never watch it again.
What do you mean clap? I didn't even do that.
I didn't even clap.
No.
Or you don't remember you clapped, and then you said, what did I do?
No. I'm not that much of a sheeple. No, come on. No, I might have passed gas, so maybe she's clapped a little bit, but other than that, nothing more.
The only
somebody
thing...
saw that smile and they didn't realize what actually happened.
He must have liked it. Ew, what was that?
You stand up and you clap, and then you never want to watch it again because you're so happy it's over.
Yeah.
I think
you want to know something, guys? There have been movies that I've been dissatisfied with. I've gotten right up at the end, no clap, throw away my cup of Coke and whatever I had, whether it was nachos or popcorn, and just storm out of there.
I thought you were going to say, smeared it across the screen.
It's also funny, too, because when you see the movie first in the theaters and you're with your friends and your brother and whatever, like in my case, you're just like, oh, that wasn't so bad. And then you start thinking about it for a while, and you're like, oh, crap. This movie has a lot of problems, especially when you talk to other people, you're like, oh, crap. Yeah, and if you like those movies, once again, more power to you.
Yeah.
But please, go back and watch Star Wars, New Hope. Go back and watch Empire. Even go back and watch The Return of the Jedi and the prequels. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because many would probably have not, because those are old films. I don't want to watch an old film. Right. That film came out when my grandfather was young. I don't want to see that. Ew, they're all wrinkly now. No, but and it comes right back down, and to bring the circle back, Tom Cruise having to go out there and reassure everybody, 100%, that we are coming out with a film that's not going to treat you like an idiot, scumbag, or preach to you or talk down to you.
Yep. And even across the Spider-Verse, there was a few, not many people clapped. I think people were enjoying that movie. I don't know. I heard a few claps, and I kind of just rolled my eyes. I'm like, that movie made you clap? More power to you guys.
Oh yeah, because it's easy to get lost in the moment.
Right. Right.
And like I've always sat back and said, is it going to stand the test of time, or more importantly, a rewatch?
Right.
I can rewatch the original trilogy anytime. Mm-hmm. I can rewatch Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones, the Temple of Doom, which out of those three films was the weakest, and of course the Last Crusade. Then by the way, there are only 3 Indiana Jones films.
Although I know
there might be a fourth.
I'm ready. I'm ready to hear people say, Mike, why are you doing this to yourself? and all jokes aside, I'm gonna go see the Dial of Destiny and judge it for myself.
Yeah,
me too.
Nothing wrong with that. No.
Yep.
I'll sit back and say I'll wait until a streaming service for that, because I don't have the inclination to go out to the theater and spend money, because I'm a lazy fat ass bum. But that's beside the point. I didn't say I'm not ever going to see it. It's just I'm going to see it on my terms.
You're just not giving Mouse enough attention. That's the problem. So
right now the big problem is Obi.
Oh,
my daughter's cat, the orange rotten El Diablo Gato. That's why if you were hearing a lot of noises, he jumps up and then he starts ramming into the microphone and trying to rub it and knocking it over. And I sent a message saying, "Get rid of this cat, or I'm going to taser him."
Yeah. Well, listen, if Obi wants to be a guest on Pop Talk sometime, have his people call my imaginary people.
Yeah.
But what the movie, and I've said this before. We go back to talking about the sequel trilogy again. The thing that I was just waiting for was are they going to finally say something about Rey's origins? It took them 3 fucking movies to finally say something about her origin. Oh, you did it! Yay! Now I never have to watch
it was
again.
Half-assed.
Ever again? Yes, it was half-assed.
Because they didn't know where they were going to go.
Right. They finally said something about this. Yay. Now I can bang my head on something.
Well, the thing is they could have done it.
Yeah.
And have it revealed by the...
Case. You go to your corner, man. You think about what you said. Look, however you feel about Andor, Jake, we actually, now wait for it, we had characters that died. Okay, and guess what? They didn't come back. I will always defend Andor because, yes, while I did feel it was slow in the beginning, it picked up for me. Yes, a lot of.
There you got it, folks.
That's right.
So
now I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, I'll go ahead and continue on with the article, and while I'm reading the article, you can think about what you were going to say.
I'll think what I did. I'll go in the corner now. Okay, I'm over here in the corner. You can continue on now.
The article continues to say, and this is a quote from Tom Cruise, "I'm using all the skills and the things that I love in cinema, and all of the dramatic and comedic and all those films and the character development that we have, and we're looking, and I'm developing that with all the actors, and then putting it all we're doing is putting a big landscape on top of that. That's all," he illustrated. He rhetorically asked, "From any other kind of movie that I've done, how do you have that emotion while you're juggling? How do you have that?" And it goes on to say, Cruise then specifically touched on Dead Reckoning Part 1. The thing with this movie that when you're looking at the Fiat and you're looking at Haley, and yeah, I'll be looking at Haley, that's for sure.
Haley Mills?
Haley Atwell.
Oh, okay.
Agent Carter?
Jimmy Carter's daughter?
Agent Carter.
Oh.
From Captain America.
Well, how did you have an Asian Carter in there if it's Captain America?
He's doing it. Dun, dun, dun.
All right, no video. There. Anyways,
Wow.
like I said, looking at Haley. Well, yeah, I'll be like I said, I'll be looking at her.
Yes.
And I were playing those scenes and a two shot. Now we don't have a bunch of takes that we can do. Those characters have to be connected, and you have to find those moments like that. Cruz snaps his fingers, and that kind of skill to be able to play that kind of moment and comedy that normally I get to have in a Jerry Maguire or a Rain Man.
What the hell you say?
Thank you, Baron. Where you have that. And then it goes on to say, you're on the ground doing that. We're doing it at high speed and having it feel organic because it is organic. It's happening now. Cruz snaps his fingers. But you have to have actors that first we have to get them used to get them used to that kind of speed and that kind of pace and that kind of action. Now he added, he then shared an example from the film, the scene on the train, and it's like, you trust me? No, those kind of character moments that are real that invest me in these people, and that's this thing. He then turned his attention to the character he plays, Ethan Hunt. Always with Ethan, I was like, look, the key with this character, and people are like, oh, you know, no, he does this. He doesn't want to have to do that. He has to do it. And when he's about to go off the cliff, that what he's thinking about, what's interesting, and what I wanted is that emotional investment as to why he's doing it, and we understand it's not just ta-da. We're not doing ta-da. It's story that's getting us there.
I see nothing.
I don't know. Should I let him back in? I don't know.
Up to you, man.
And anyone that understands that level of performance, that level of storytelling, understands like I could have that. Cruz elaborated. That's the same kind of emotional investment that you have in a movie that we're shooting in a room. He continued. That's what I'm always looking for. I'm looking for audience engagement, character audience engagement with that, and telling our story. We're not altering our story or what I want to do, but there's many different ways where I can push an audience away or I can pull them into my story. And I call, I messed that up. Sorry. Looper. I can pull them into character. And those are things that, you know, I've played supporting roles, I've played lead roles. So I know structurally every aspect of how to draw, how
I
to
have people skills. I am good at dealing with people. Can't you understand that? What the hell is wrong with you people?
how to draw an audience in, and when do I want to draw them in, and when do I want to push them away with those different kind of characters. That's constantly the evaluation as we're going through. He explained it is character development, but it's the whole story. It's every actor in there. He detailed when we're casting the actors, we're looking at them going, okay, now do I celebrate their talent, which is in old Hollywood, they would look at people and it's like they built performances for them. That's what I do. If you look at my movies, all the way back when I was a young actor, you look at Risky Business, You look at A Few Good Men, you look at Rain Man, you look at these movies. My taste and my development is looking at actors and celebrating them. And that it's us together. Where do I put the camera? How do we write these lines? How do we develop it in a manner that is immersive for the audience? Because then you're seeing all these great characters. Those are the kind of movies that I love, and those are the kind of movies that I try to inspire to make, Cruz concluded. Earlier in the interview, Cruz claimed that after every movie he screens, he looks at it and says he can make the next one better. He said, "We can do better. Not just every Mission Impossible movie. Every movie we make, I look at and I watch and I say, we can do better." Audiences will find out if Cruz bested himself when Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 arrives in theaters on July 12, 2023. The film's official synopsis reads, in Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, Ethan Hunt, Tom Cruise, and his IMF team embark on their most dangerous mission yet, to track down a terrifying new weapon that threatens all of humanity before it falls into the wrong hands. With control of the future and the fate of the world at stake, and dark forces from Ethan's past closing in, a deadly race around the globe begins. It concludes, confronted by a mysterious, all-powerful enemy, Ethan is forced to consider that nothing can matter more than his mission, not even the lives of those he cares about most. And what do I make of his comics? Well, we shouldn't be surprised with Cruz, but it is refreshing to hear somebody in the Hollywood spectrum who knows what a movie is supposed to be about.
And
good story and good characters.
And at the end, we find out L. Ron Hubbard is God.
Maybe.
No.
But in all seriousness, now, this one here is serious. Who do you think Tom Cruise is talking to? Us or the studios?
The studios.
Yeah.
We get it.
Yeah.
He's using this article to talk to us, to rub it into the studio heads. This is what it's all about, folks.
Yep.
Everything. It's not an insult to Tom Cruise because he knows we get it. It's not an insult saying that he's using us to get to the studio. He's using an article to zing the studios because he knows we gets it. He understands that we're intelligent people. I mean, anyone who's been watching this, comes back, watches his films, especially after Maverick, he knows. He knows we get it. This is a shot to Hollywood.
Yeah. It is.
I mean, again, I think it's refreshing to be able to read this and go, well, at least we know somebody in Hollywood knows what we want.
I mean, honestly, is Tom Cruise going out there and doing this?
You know what really grinds my gears?
In a way, he is.
Yeah. I'm not kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, and, only some people seem to understand it, especially with movies. Like, I was happy to hear that Transformers movie is actually good, that Mike said it was good, and I will check that out whenever it comes to HBO or whatever it is.
Are you sure you want to? Because he didn't say it was the best, and we only go for the best.
Yes, he said it was good, though.
But we're too fickle. We're too fickle for that.
We're usually very fickle about stuff. No, it's the weirdest thing. Like, the studios, they discourage people who are working on their stuff. Warner Brothers is a perfect example of that. They discourage people. They want to tell us that they do not want us to promote their trailers. They say, oh, it's copyright infringement, some bullshit. Rules on YouTube, and yet it's free press for them. And I mean, I don't know how Paramount would be upset if we're showing the trailer of Mission Impossible or something, if we pause it and stuff. I'm sure it's okay, but it shouldn't be that hard to figure it out. If your movie is failing, or you're doing something with comic books, or you're doing something with something else, or you're doing a live adaptation of something else, it shouldn't be that hard to figure out, look, if I change a lot of this that people don't like, it's probably the movie is going to not do well. Look at Little Mermaid, for example. Look at Dumbo, for example. I think all these, especially these live-action Disney movies, have not been successful. I think Beauty and the Beast might have. I don't know. I can't remember. But it's always the old saying, you just want to do better. And so if fans are caring that much about your property, embrace them. Sometimes they do, but it's more people that are shilling for it. Other people are like, oh no, you're stealing our work. It's like, no, this person is honoring their work, or this team is honoring the work. So yeah, Hollywood in just general, film industry, whatever, they're dumpster fire mostly. But do I hope they get better? A lot of them, yes. And I don't know if they ever will, but if they get that attitude out of their minds and their egos and whatever, it would be so much better. And then maybe they would make stuff. Because even look at Patty Jenkins and the first Wonder Woman movie. Why was it successful? Well, it was successful because it still follows the comic book. It still follows some of the lore. But you look at 84 and you look at some of this other stuff, Birds of Prey, you go down the list, Quantum Mania and so on. It's just, these movies are a mess. And even if some people like them or love them, whatever, friends of yours, just random people, comments you're reading, good for them, but they don't want to also understand why other people don't like them. And say, oh, I see your point. So it's just a huge mess.
Well, really, you come down to it, is like you can like some of these films. It's like I like the 2000 Dungeons and Dragons movie, even though it's been dumped upon. But then again, I approach it from a different approach.
Right.
I see this movie like an actual scenario or module that we go through with as fans. And we think we're going out there looking like Excalibur, but we end up really being Monty Python in the Holy Grail. And that's what gets me about that one. It's like, yeah, this is more believable in the sense of when we're sitting around a table playing the game than anything else. I don't know if people got that, or I don't even think he was necessarily aiming for that. But that's what I got out of it, and that's why I enjoyed the film so much. And of course I went in there without any big, huge, high expectations. And that's the important thing. You can enjoy some of these films if you don't go in with a high expectation. Again, it's a fun film, eat some popcorn, whatever. But when they're trying to promote it as something, of greatness, like, well, we'll have to go back and hit Lucas and Spielberg with the Crystal Skull. I'm sorry, that movie was a bit of a mess.
I agree.
It should not have been that way. And I'm not even necessarily talking about the plot. I'm just talking about the pacing, blocking, everything to do with that film in that aspect.
And then there was other things I liked. I liked the fact that Indy got married. I liked that, his son. I actually liked how Shia LaBeouf was in that. I liked his character. I liked, it made sense that the Russians are attacking Indy or going after this alien stuff. It's just the plot of the aliens, it didn't work for me. I know other people in this community, they like that, but some people do. It just didn't work for me. But the other stuff, there was some good action in there, with some good humor. It's nice to see Karen Allen back.
Yeah.
But the plot just didn't do it for me. So.
Right. I mean, the execution wasn't what we were expecting, especially when you're talking about Spielberg.
But to say it's like a crappy movie, I don't feel that way. I just don't like the plot. There's things I like about it, but there's fun in that movie too, which there's still fun in that film.
Mm-hmm. And that's the important thing. It's really hard to put it in with the rest of the Indiana Jones film, but yeah. And what kind of irritates me is this new film, no Karen Allen. It's like, come on. I'm getting tired of this. Especially when
she should pop up at some. Yeah, I think she is supposed to pop up in this movie.
I hope so.
I think she is.
According to IMDb, she's listed, but
yep.
Yeah, but is it because of flashback scenes or whatever? I don't know.
Yeah.
I want her to be Mrs. Henry Jones.
Right.
In this. I don't want this to be, they broke up and
hold on,
left.
Baron. That's Henry Jones Jr.
Mm-hmm. We named the dog Indiana.
Great movie.
Mm-hmm. Right. And, I mean, I really hope... I really hope this Indiana Jones film is good.
Yeah, me too.
I want to see. I want to see both Indiana Jones and Harrison Ford go out on top.
Yes, I agree.
But I'm nervous.
Yeah, so am I.
I'm hesitant, but again, I want to be able to judge it for myself. I don't want to go by hearsay.
Yes.
Right. I mean, I got my concerns, but I'm hoping. You know, I hoped when Star Wars started out with Disney, the Force Awakens, I was hoping. I didn't go in there going wanting to hate the film. I'm going to go in and hate. I mean, I saw it twice in the theater because I had to. Of course, after one. Okay, we got their first viewing. Let's see it again and see what it's all about. And again, I kind of came out. I have to confess, I came out underwhelmed because it's like, well, this is just episode 4, the original Star Wars retold, and that is good.
Yeah.
And then after The Last Jedi, that was it. It's like, no, you guys are done. And yeah, I know people talk about Rogue One, and even Solo wasn't a bad film, but what they were going through, you don't want to hate this. These are the things that you grew up with. These are things you love.
I've mentioned it before. I'm going to mention it now. It wasn't Star Wars that introduced me to Harrison Ford. It was Raiders of the Lost Ark. And no, it's not Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's Raiders of the Lost Ark or Raiders. And I know Anonymous, don't get my hopes up. I don't have very high hopes, but I'm still going to go in for myself and judge it for myself.
Me too.
Well, if I can sit back and say you're going with caution, optimism.
Cautiously optimistic.
Yeah. Which I was with Force Awakens and all that. Cautious optimism. Let's see what they can do. But we found out they don't know how to do Star Trek over there. We know they don't know how to do Star Wars over there, and we know they don't know how to do Doctor Who across the pond.
Well, it's a lot of their attitudes for one thing. That's one of their biggest problems. If they would cut a lot of that out, I think they could start and giving the fans actual hope a lot. But no, they're so wrapped up in their agenda and all their other nonsense. Mostly their agenda, and that they don't, and the goofiness. I mean, look at how goofy Star Wars has become. It's just like, ugh.
Star Wars, Marvel, Star Trek,
right?
Doctor Who,
and once again, I will always point out, I do not like hearing the F word and the S word. I do not like hearing fucking shit in a Star, unless it's really makes sense. I do not like hearing that in a Star Trek show, and I don't care what person tells me that I'm stupid to feel that way and whatever. I do not like it. I just don't.
There was only one time.
That's your point of view, Cash.
Yeah.
It's not stupid. It's your point of view.
So what you're trying to sit back and say is this.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, well, the one time they had shit in there that I let slide was in Generations because it fit. It wasn't just something that was just, let's just say it to say it. It was believable. When Data's saying shit, I mean, right there, that's funny. It's Data, for one, or Data. Two, the ship's going down because you have a woman captain. Yeah, you heard me say that, Mr. Misogyny. Yeah, no, but it's Deanna Troy. That's what it was, Paul. That's why we don't like Deanna Troy. She crashed the Enterprise. No, but in all seriousness, though. But it all fit her, just like in Star Trek 3. That green-blooded son of a bitch. Okay, that matched the moment. You can understand the character saying it at the time. Is minor. It was understandable. Or double dumbass on you in Star Trek 4. I mean, that was freaking hysterical because it's the fish out of water thing.
So funny. Yes.
But
is now a good time for a colorful metaphor?
Mm-hmm. Right. But Picard and all that. We're just gonna sit back, or disco, whatever they want to call it. But really, it's STD. They're just proud because we're using these words and no context.
It's just like, here's a TVMA show, even stuff from The Last of Us and so on. And just certain places, it seems to me it's just cheap writing. So we'll just throw in some curse words where we don't need to.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Ellie curses in the game, but I thought just where they had it was just out of place. But
right, in Star Wars, if he was afraid you might follow him on some damn foolish crusade like your father did, or damn fool, who's more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows him, or there's going to be hell to pay. I mean, those are minor ones that were used in Star Wars. Understandable. Right. We can, anyone who watching can understand is to the context of the story and who characters are. And, basically quoting another person, which you can understand. Owen Lars would sit back and say that. So, I mean, those were all in context. Now, you want to know something that did bother me in Dread? That they were using the F-bombs and such. I wanted to hear them use the classic Drock or Strom or all the other words that they did up in 2000 AD to get around it, because that'd be the way to fully wrap you into that universe. And them by using the F-bombs and such like that kind of threw it out a little bit, because no, that's not Dread. They should be saying Drock or Grud or whatever it is, and that would really have added that extra layer of spice to that movie. Other than that, I like the movie. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, Dredd is.
Yeah, I thought Dredd was better than Judge Dredd.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But there's some redeemable things to Judge Dredd. Like I said, watch that movie all the way up to the point where Sylvester Stallone takes the helmet off. You have yourself a 2000 AD comic right there. Really. I mean, the Block War was taken straight out of the comics that they had in the beginning there. Some of the other elements in that first openings of it leading up to when he takes it off. I mean, when you see Mega City 1 for the first time, that's Mega City 1, not what we saw in Dread. I would love to have seen that visual of Mega City 1 in Dread. Because that's what was drawn, that's what was shown. It was supposed to be a little alienish, because it's so far in the future.
Yeah.
But that's my opinion, folks.
No problem with that.
Nope.
We all have different opinions, and we're all free to express them here.
Right. But again, it's not heavy criticism. It's like, yeah, that's what I like to have seen. But, no, it's still a good movie. I'm not going to let it detract that much.
Right.
So, is there anything else you want to add, or anything else you want to talk about before we get ready to wrap up?
No, there was something somewhere as I saw that kind of, but I can't remember what it was, so it's not that important. If I can't remember, it's not important.
Okay. Well, before we get out of here, is there anything you guys would like to promote?
Hearing none. Well, we got Mike, of course, Pop Talk on Wednesdays. We got the Primetime Kings for me today at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. The Primetime Kings of live stream with the ever-powerful Mighty Tower Power himself, 24/7 Fusion Media, the ever-mysterious Vigilante Williamson, cruising in from the Hollywood Nights himself, New Bomb Turk. And if you have not seen the movie Hollywood Nights, you got to watch it. And, of course, myself, Baron Orman Tagge.
Nice.
That's right. Of Phantom Legacy. No longer Phantomology. Now
Yeah.
Phantom Legacy.
That's right.
Yeah, I got rid of that. That was such a corny, stupid name. That's why I'm glad Paul took it. Just kidding, Paul.
But now that we finished Broforce, I guess I don't know. Probably in a few days, I may start Bolt Gun, and maybe just I may just forget about Bolt Gun and just have a surprise. I know.
I want to see more. I want to see that.
All right. We'll see what happens. But in a few days, I'll be streaming again, probably Tuesday. I was thinking Monday, but I'm probably gonna have some stuff going on. So.
You know, we should stream Among Us on the Phantom Hooligans.
The hooligans, yes. we could, though.
Well, you're sus. You know, we might as well.
I'm not sus. All right, throw them out. No, but yeah. So there'll be another game, and then I'm either gonna probably go back next week to Final Fantasy 12, or even play something different. Who knows? We'll see.
Very nice. Very nice.
I've just been too addicted to GTA 5. My God, it's fun.
Yes, can be a great.
You're enjoying your new computer.
That's
using your new computer to its full benefit.
But, you know, Mike, you need to get a computer just like this, Mike. Honestly.
Okay. You twisted my arm.
And I got two 27-inch curved monitors, so that's what's nice about it. I actually got two monitors now. I feel like I've gone into the 20th century.
Do you feel like you're on the bridge of a starship?
Mm-hmm. But trouble is, it's on Buck Rogers.
Whoopa,
but
Whoopa's just upset that I haven't played a Pokemon game yet on my channel.
Yeah, Whoopa would like to see all of us play a Pokemon game on our channel sometime.
Yes, he would.
I don't have any Pokemon games. Except the card game. But I think I gave my cards to my daughter.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. What are we going to do with you, Baron? What are we going to do with him, Whoopa?
What do I do now?
What? You don't have any Pokemon games?
No, I don't.
No. Dun, dun, dun.
Well, I did have the card games. You know, I was playing the card games with my daughters, and they still like Pokemon. So
that woman can try to be Vash all she wants, but she will fail.
I don't know. Look at the similarities between there, except the glasses. The glasses need to be more round, but I mean
glasses. Yeah,
that's.
She didn't wear those red trench coats. She didn't wear those red trench coats.
Well, we don't know because she's out there, you know.
Hold on. This is Cash Money from Wish.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And this is Bosch the Stampede.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Any questions?
There we go. Yeah.
You know,
Cash
kind of like
put this change in my piggy bank any day.
This is kind of like this is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
It is funny though. It's kind of interesting. Like you want to ask that person, have you ever watched this show on anime?
Maybe she did. You never know.
I don't know.
Maybe that's where she got her inspiration to do her hair like that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what she identifies as.
Maybe so.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Whoopa, that sounds like a...
He's trying to throw down the gauntlet.
Than a threat.
Yeah.
Just stay away from my Pokeballs. They're kind of sensitive.
And Padawannabe says I have Pokemon Stadium for N64, but I don't know if I have the games with my Pokemon collection.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
No. Stop right there. Stop right there. You know if we're going to do it, let's do it right.
Very interesting, but stupid.
But it's not stupid, Baron.
No, it's not. No. I know.
But as far as PACIFIC414 is concerned for this week, Tuesday and Thursday will be Jedi Survivor streams. I will also be playing Jedi Survivor later on tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, because my goal is to complete that game. And then Wednesday, we are going to have Pop Talk, but we have a very special guest. It'll be her first time on PACIFIC414 Pop Talk. We'll learn about her channel. We'll learn about her love for Final Fantasy, her thoughts on pop culture. On Wednesday's show, we're having the lovely, the beautiful, the talented Magitech Mags.
Yeah! Woo!
Sweet.
And then, of course, next Sunday will be the Sunday edition of PACIFIC414 Pop Talk. And I do want to let you all know that on July 12th, our guest will be Brandon the Anime Guy at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, come on.
What? You got a problem with Brandon?
All that anime stuff and all that. It's just, I don't know. I mean, he's a one-note trick pony. Actually, what it is, I just was upset he didn't join us last night at Broforce. That's what it is. My feelings were.
You're gone!
Wow, that's the hat trick. That was 3 times.
Yep. 3 times. 3 strikes.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
But on July 12th, we'll be joined by Brandon the Anime Guy, and he'll tell us how his channel's doing and which animes we should watch. And you'll find out a reason, and several reasons, as a matter of fact, as to why you should be watching Anime 101 on Saturdays on his channel, and also Anime After Dark on his channel. So
What the hell you say?
On the 12th, and then on Sunday, July 16th, we'll be welcoming back Ryan Roger Athe. So, who knows? Maybe one of you out there is a rising star, or you're reality based. We'll find out.
I'm his first falling star.
On a bump.
Yeah. But you know what? There has been one clip I wanted to play that we haven't had a chance to do. But now would be a good time for it anyways.
Do you see what happens, Larry, when you fuck a stranger in the ass?
We need to have a Larry break. There's our Larry break. You know, it's kind of funny because when I was on the show last week on Brandon's show, we were commenting about clips, and those of us that use the clips in the shows, and how much fun they are. So we like to use clips. He likes to use clips. It's a match made in hell, I tell you.
Well, we've often joked that there's going to be an edition of Pop Talk where all it is clips, and we're going to call it the Clip Show.
I don't think it's much of a joke. I think we got enough. We can get even more. And you know what you guys will say when we do it?
I'd buy that for $1.
That's what you'll be saying.
Or, you know what? We could always introduce the shows from now on by saying this.
Actually, I like that idea.
I mean, I've always thought about using this over and over again.
Hey, yo.
And there are times, especially when Cash is talking, I want to play this.
3 hours later.
I was thinking more of this.
My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious shit.
That's right. You guys are going to see some serious shit.
Oh, where's that new one that was really important? I can't find it. I can't
Which
find it.
one?
You take it off. Arnold going, shut up. I see Tuma, but I don't see the shut up one.
Yeah, I did remove it.
What?
Don't worry. We still have this.
What the hell are you talking about? Oh, my guidance counselor says that certain words perpetuate this sexist worldview that could trigger...
Quiet! From now on, you won't listen to your guidance counselor. You're going to listen to me. Is that understood?
Yeah, sensei.
No sensei.
He says that every time. No sensei.
That's right.
And here is a clip, actually. We do have a clip of the show with Brandon Anime Guy coming on here, and this is the clip.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Oh, he's all out of bubblegum.
He's all out of bubblegum, so it's going to be a good show. Yeah.
You know, I almost thought about playing that clip before I showed last night's stream. Because last night during Broforce, we did come there to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and we were all out of bubblegum.
We were.
Well,
But
I was actually chewing bubblegum, not kicking any ass in that game, so.
oh, so you were the one smacking his gums.
Yeah, well, look how, I got killed so often just trying to get across that chasm. And it's like, you guys are going there. And then you guys rejuvenate me, and what happens? Just as one of those rock things come down and lands on top of me. You were thrilling with me, weren't you? You were messing around with me.
We were trying to keep our teammates alive.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in that game, Satan has other ideas, and he killed us several times. And
yes.
Yeah, thanks, Phil.
And this is a little spoiler for the game for anybody who gets to the first Satan battle. Try to get him to create his own hole so he kills himself in the first phase. We were attacking him over and over again for a while, and then it got to a point where we were just letting him make his own hole. And then we had to run like hell.
Yep, we did.
But I do want to thank everybody for stopping by, listening, lurking, watching, sharing out the stream. And I want to thank the following folks for being here. And we had our good friend Dempsey, the Drunken Poet.
There we go.
We also had Paul of Fandomology, formerly the Star Wars guys. And he has returned to Fandomology. Why? Because it encompasses everything.
Right. He's an all-around guy. He even says that in his things. He's an all-around guy. And it's actually very perfect for him.
Yes. Well, just like there are times when I do say it, times I don't say it. I'm not just a baseball guy. I'm an all-around guy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to continue to say that even though I haven't really done too many episodes of the box score this season. Because, there's still going to be that content on here. I'm not going to ever remove it.
And baseball's around, too. See how he manages to still get it in there?
And speaking of baseball, jolly good show, old chap, over there in London between our two teams. The Chicago Cubs and St. Louis Cardinals. Although the pheasant was quite delicious last night.
Oh, I tell you. If you have never had pheasant pie, I miss Sherlock's home so bad. We had a place here, and they had your traditional British fare, not eel pie, but they had the bangers and mash, bubble and squeak, all that stuff. But they had pheasant pie, and it's like, they had shepherd pie and pheasant pie. It's like, yeah, the shepherd pie is good, but that pheasant pie was.
I've never actually had pheasant pie. I've had shepherd's pie.
Yeah,
but I've never had pheasant.
And I love shepherd's pie. I do. And there were a brew pub. They had authentic British brewed beer in there.
Ooh, nice.
That's where I fell in love with English bitter. And it's like, quit doing the IPAs out there, you schmucks. I want to see someone do bitter.
Yeah. Not what we have here in the States. You call this beer?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you do have the the smaller small batch companies that have some pretty damn good beer, but and Hyobi. El Diablo Gato has returned yet again. I think he wants to take over Mouse's spot on the shelf. Oh, no, he jumped on the shelf.
That's just too bad because Mouse is a permanent member of the team. So
Yes. All hail Mouse.
Yes. I also want to take the time to thank Nova Vaughn. I also want to thank DJ Ronnie G. Enjoy your Sunday and don't get any ideas about taking 386 computer memory and put it into a modern PC. It's not going to work out the way you think it's going to work out.
Yeah, you might get weird science out of that. Who knows? He might be able to get Kelly LeBrock. And if he does, I'm doing it.
Careful, Baron. Careful.
Yeah,
and
then I'll
course,
get Rosie O'Donnell.
We defeated him last night.
Yeah.
That's right. Even when he said we wouldn't, we defeated him last night. I'm like cracking.
Yeah, if you watch that stream all the way through, you can hear him cackling in there.
Mm-hmm. And you could hear me, you could hear Cash say, "Shut up, Phil. You're ruining the vibe, Phil."
Yeah. He did. And Whoopa.
Easy mode was not in use. If easy mode was in use, we would have taken care of Satan real quick.
If that was easy mode, my God. I know I'm a bad gamer, but God.
And I also want to thank Real Wade Gaming Clips for stopping by. Really appreciate it. And of course, Jason Fox from 540 Studio. Thank you, Jace. And we had a fat raid. And I do want to thank Darth Arlena for being here. I also want to thank Trippin' Orc for being here. Irate Specialist was here as well. And of course, the man himself, Fat Steven Seagal. Or just a fat gamer.
Yes, he is. He's a great one to watch his stuff. He's a good. Yeah. He does good gaming streams out there, folks. Really great ones.
Good guy. And I've said to him, I'm glad to have met him.
And he talks to the people in the chat too. So I mean, don't be afraid to throw comments in the chat. He will talk and answer to you. Just don't be a dink.
And just know, when you come by PACIFIC414, whether it's on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, I see you there. If I don't say anything in the middle of an intense fight, it's because I'm concentrating on the fight. But I do know you're there, and I will acknowledge you after the fight. You know, it might happen when my character dies, or it might happen after I defeat the boss, but I'll still acknowledge you. And, of course, I also want to thank Jet Sparks for being here. The Padawannabe, who was a guest of Netters Network this past Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody's favorite penguin, Lowspecs Linux Laptop. And, of course, last but certainly not least, but we got to play this before I say his name. We just got to.
Anonymous. Anonymous. Anonymous.
Yes, Anonymous.
And I'll be on Knitters on the 6th, by the way, just to let you know. But I was going to do a little bit more, what's going on when we have the next show.
All right. Very cool.
Anyone knows I beg to get on there. I said, please let me on, Knitter. I want to be on.
Yeah, well, just make sure you behave.
Oh, with her? Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's a redhead that knows the mom face. And she put who did she put in place? She put
Will Wheaton in his place.
Yeah, Will Wheaton in his place, and a couple other Congoers she put in their place. It's like she's 5'2", but we all know those shorter women with red hair and that mom face. Yeah, treat them nice.
Anybody who was ever given the look by their mothers knows. Mm-hmm. Once you get that look, it's like, okay, ceasefire.
Mm-hmm.
We surrender. You want us to sign a neutrality treaty? Fine, we'll sign it.
Mm-hmm. I intend to be on her good side the whole time. Not like your
smart move. Smart move.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I do want to thank Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective for stopping by. Really appreciate it, Tommy. Mm-hmm. Hope you're having a great Sunday.
We love those guinea pigs. If she can keep Troy Percelli in line, she can keep anybody in line.
True. Mm-hmm. But I do want to thank everybody for being here during this edition of Pop Talk. It's always a lot of fun to do Pop Talk with you and Cash. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys tonight. For anybody that can come by tonight as I continue my journey in Jedi Survivor. How much closer to the end of the game am I getting? I don't know. But we'll find out, won't we?
Make sure you have that crash count going too.
Hey.
What?
Hey.
That's a shot at the game designers, not you.
I was just gonna say I can't help it that the game crashes on me.
Yeah, but it's like when we do the counts on these people with cash, or what was the other one, or when we did all those counters on stuff. I mean, this is a case that LucasArts or Lucasfilm or whoever the hell you are over there. See, this is the crash count now. You schmucks.
And Anonymous says, "You fumble me, my friends. I think the word you're looking for is humble."
Yeah, we fumbled.
Fumble, humble. He might just go, "Why do I even stop by Pacific's channel? Why?"
I don't know. He likes abuse.
Maybe he needs his pain.
He does.
And Tommy says, "Netter put up with me, so she can put up with anyone." True.
Yeah. She puts up with Troy Pacelli. I mean, right there.
She keeps Troy in his place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes, Troy. I bet you could even admit that she keeps you in your place.
Oh yeah, I think he has admitted that.
But again, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a good rest of your Sunday. Be sure to catch Baron over on 24's channel. I'm going to go ahead and put that link into the chat.
Why, thank you.
Not a problem. And until next time, this is Mike. And remember, I'm not just a baseball guy. I'm an all-around guy. Take care, all.
So, the Cubs and the Cards are playing cricket in England. Okay. That would have been interesting to see. Anybody have a sticky wicket?
They were playing Major League Baseball.
In England. Okay.
I don't know. I don't want it to become a permanent thing,
Uh-huh. It was cricket. I know it.
No. It was crumpets. Crumpets?
No, you eat crumpets. You don't play crumpets.
Well, the Cubs got confused. Today they got confused.
I thought the Cards got confused.
They thought you hit the crumpets.
Did they have